Episode number 22. Datagnon bowed without replying, feeling his desire to don the mosquito's uniform vastly increased by the great difficulties which preceded the attainment of it. But, continued the Treville, fixing upon his compatriot a look so piercing that it might be said he wished to read the thoughts of his heart, on account of my old companion, your father, as I have said, I will do something for you, young man. Our recruits from Ben are not generally very rich, and I have no reason to think matters have much changed in this respect, since I left the province. I dare say you have not brought too large a stock of money with you. Datagnon drew himself up with a proud air, which plainly said, I ask alms of no man. Oh, that's very well, young man, continued de Treville. That's all very well. I know this as, I myself came to Paris with 4 crowns in my purse, and would have fought with anyone who dared to tell me I was not in a condition to purchase the Louvre. Datagnon's bearing became still more imposing. Thanks to the sale of his horse, he commenced his career with 4 more crowns than de Treville possessed at the commencement of his. You ought, I say, then, to spend the means you have, however large the sum may be, but you ought also to endeavor to perfect yourself in the exercises becoming a gentleman. I will write a letter today to the director of the Royal Academy, and tomorrow he will admit you without any expense to yourself. Do not refuse this little service. Our best born and richest gentlemen sometimes solicit it without being able to obtain it. You will learn horsemanship, swordsmanship in all its branches, and dancing. You will make some desirable acquaintances, and from time to time you can call upon me, just to tell me how you are getting on, and to say whether I can be of further service to you. Datagnon, stranger as he was to all the manners of the court, could not but perceive a little coldness in this reception. Alas, sir, said he, I cannot but perceive how sadly I miss the letter of introduction which my father gave me to present to you. I certainly am surprised, replied de Treville, that you should undertake so long a journey without that necessary passport, the sole resource of us poor Bennies. I had one, sir, and, thank God, such as I could wish, cried Datagnon, but it was perfidiously stolen from me. He then related the adventure of Meung, described the unknown gentleman with the greatest minuteness, and all with a warmth and truthfulness that delighted de Treville. This is all very strange, said de Treville, after meditating a minute. You mentioned my name, then, aloud? Yes, sir, I certainly committed that imprudence, but why should I have done otherwise? A name like yours must be as a buckler to me on my way. Judge if I should not put myself under its protection. Flattery was at that period very current, and de Treville loved incense as well as a king, or even a cardinal. He could not refrain from a smile of visible satisfaction, but this smile soon disappeared, and returning to the adventure of Meung, tell me, continued he, had not this gentleman a slight scar on his cheek?